Hello, so this week on the cake tip we're going to do something a little bit different. As food is quite sparse in the shops at the moment with all the panic buying, I thought I'd help you know how to use your scraps of carrots and of apples. Meaning that if you've made something with your apples or you've used your carrots, maybe in a meal, these are the scraps that are left over afterwards that either get put into the bin or they'll be put into a compost. Well, we're going to choose to use them. So this is the scraps of roughly 2 carrots and the scraps of 2 apples. So you're using the whole of it, top and bottom. The other thing you're going to need is a handful of walnuts. Now, we're not measuring this out perfectly. This is a rough, quick recipe to use up scraps. And a handful of dates. Obviously, if you have larger hands, then it may change the recipe slightly. And some cinnamon and nutmeg are also going to be needed. Some apple sauce. This can be homemade or bought in the shop, whatever you've got in the fridge, really. I've also got some honey, but if you're vegan, then you're free to use maple syrup because that's what you'll probably have at home. So you're going to need a food processor to make the Bliss Balls. It doesn't need to be a powerful food processor. As long as it can combine the nuts and the dates, it's fine. To begin with, we're going to pop all of our ingredients in. So that's our apple scraps and our handful of walnuts. Then our carrot scraps into the bowl. Followed by our dates. Then we're going to put the honey in. We're not measuring the honey out. We're just choosing to do roughly around about a teaspoon worth of honey or maple syrup if it's for vegan. If you want to put more in, you can. Then we're going to do exactly the same thing with the nutmeg and the cinnamon. So we're not measuring this out. This is a quick recipe. So this is the nutmeg going in. Remember that nutmeg is a little bit stronger, so don't try to overpower it with it. And with the cinnamon, it really does depend on your taste buds. We actually really love cinnamon, so we will put a little bit more of it in it. I will also put the list of ingredients underneath the video and all of the handful measurements and rough estimates of what you'll be using it for. So the last thing that we're going to add to the bowl is our apple sauce. Now, this you really don't want to put any more than a dessert spoonful in because otherwise it can make your balls end up a little bit mushy and that's not great with Bliss Balls. Once it's all in your bowl, you're going to process it until it comes together and becomes quite sticky. That makes it much easier to roll. So this is the consistency you're looking for. Depending on your food processor will depend on how long it takes, but as you can see, it's nice and sticky. So now we're going to go on to the next stage where we're going to roll it into balls. So you'll need a plate to place your balls onto and a spoon to scoop your mix out with. Remembering to be a little bit careful with the blades as you're doing it. So you'll need a little bit bigger than a teaspoon, not quite a dessert spoonful. And you're just going to roll it around in your hand, palm of your hand, until it comes into a ball and then pop it on the plate. You're going to do this exact same process for the whole of your ingredients that's in your bowl until it's all used up. Please also remember to subscribe to my channel and click the notification button. I will try and do some more recipes of this same sort of thing, using up scraps, making the most of the ingredients you have in the house with the current situation that we have going on in the world at the moment. We really do need to make the most of what we've got. The mix for your Bliss Balls should make roughly 10 Bliss Balls, but it really does depend on the size of the carrots and the apple that you're actually using. So once you've made all of your Bliss Balls and they're all on the plate ready, you're going to pop them into the fridge for a couple of hours to firm up. Once they've been in the fridge for a couple of hours, you can then sprinkle them with a little bit of cinnamon if you want to. Just if you are like myself and my family and like a little bit more of an intense flavour, then it's good decoratively and it's also nice with the taste. I'm now going to pop all the Bliss Balls into a container. Now they do last for up to 5 days in the fridge, or you can put them in the freezer for up to a month. Thanks for watching this video.